Hi, I'm Kevin Tame, and welcome to the Hacktivist. Today I'm playing again the Stinson CI deck, and I'm playing against Adam. Adam has been pretty popular lately, so it's a good one to showcase here. So let's jump right into this match. Okay, so this is the perfect starting hand. A really cheap piece of ice that you can put on R&D, a hedge fund, and a Jeeves, and then a ultraviolet clearance to be able to play next turn. This is like the best hand you can get to start with. So yeah, you go ahead, play hedge fund, install the ice, and install Jeeves, and the next turn you're planning on doing ultraviolet. I see a Stinson, which is great, so I can set up for this next turn to be able to do reversed accounts or to do economic warfare if my opponent runs. So my opponent does run here, and my opponent has to trash the reversed accounts, which is kind of unfortunate for them because I have an economic warfare where I can get them down in credits. I think this might have been a mistake. I think what would have been better for them is if they had just credited up and not played the brain cage. But I get the reason why is they want to get brain cage online so they can have a bigger hand size. And now I'm at 37 credits, and so it's just it's going to be very difficult for my opponent, I think, to catch up at this point. And that's the power of Stinson. And I'm setting up my server here so that I can potentially maybe score out the elective upgrades next turn. So my opponent is going for picking things off of R&D, which is a great strategy for Adam. If my opponent can get this set up quick enough, it's a good way to get the credits you need to maintain while at the same time being able to pick off agendas. I think that was, trashing the Stinson, they're forced to trash it, which is really bad for them because they accessed it. That's why, oftentimes what I like to do is I like to run archives as Adam first to be able to see the card that I want to access first, so that I don't have to pay the trash cost of things. And since I have an elective upgrades in there, I don't think my opponent is going to contest it. But what I do is I will lose off of R&D, so I have to protect this, and that's the main reason why I kind of stopped my advancement plan of server 2. They might think it's a reversed accounts. So yeah, now I'm able to just protect R&D a little bit better so they can't get in. I just need to slow them down for like a turn or two, because then I can close out the game. So my opponent does get access to cards here. So I am at risk because I do get a lot of agendas in hand. But I'm going to go ahead and score out this, and then I just protect it with a Fairchild 3, which is now making this very difficult for my opponent because they have 2 turns to win, and I can score out my Vitruviuses, I can score out my sales teams, and I even have the Jeeves to be able to get me counters. So I go ahead and over-advance this just in case I need to pull something back. Like, you never know, you might need to pull back a Biotic. I always almost over-advance Vitruvius just because I don't want to run the risk of losing things. So yeah, that's pretty much game. Go ahead and score that out real quick. And that's just kind of how those go sometimes if you're able to get Stinson off. I mean, I had like the perfect starting hand. Can't get much better than that. It just accelerates you so quickly. Well, thanks for watching this match. Adam is actually a tough match a lot of times because what they'll do is they will run archives and then ping, and then they know when to run into R&D because they'd have find the truth, and then RNG key just kind of helps him. So I think I was able to get set up faster than my opponent could keep up. But Adam actually can be a tough match. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, I think CI Stinson is actually pretty strong. My big fear is that Rumor Mill might kind of hose it. But I'm not too concerned about Rumor Mill as much, because the biggest problem with Rumor Mill before was it would turn off your Jackson Howards and your Caprice Nice's on their turn when you need to use them. But all of the things I need to use are on my turn, and I have 3 scarcity. So if they play a Rumor Mill and I want to play Brian Stinson or MCA, all I do is I play a scarcity to clear it, and then I click and use. So I actually don't think Rumor Mill is going to be as big of a threat against this deck. Employee Strike can be a problem, but once again, I have 3 scarcity, and I'm able to score agendas pretty efficiently. I still think this is a very strong deck, even without Violet Level clearance. You can sometimes run the risk. Violet Level was really good to set you up quickly, and that was its biggest advantage. And obviously, using Stinson on it was amazing as well. But having 3 Ultraviolet, 3 IPO, and 3 Hedge Fund, you get so many credits that you're able to res pretty expensive ice. I've thought about even putting more expensive ice in here because a lot of times I have the money to handle it. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and let me know if you have any comments or questions. Thanks. Bye.